Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the Pacific Northwest in that wonderful little town of Belfair, Washington, Hickville, USA, as I love to call where I live. Welcome to my channel, everybody. So this is June 2025's Paper Pumpkin alternative video number 4. We are really close to number 5 because after video number 5, I'm no longer going to share with you everything that comes into the kit. After that, we just kind of mosey along like Mr. Hank does. So here we go, everybody. This kit is called Full of Charm, and you could have made 3 of this card, this one, and this one. The envelopes, all 9, are identical. Over on the back here, this QR code would lead you to a video that would show you how to put these cards together as they were designed, a visual of everything that comes in the kit. Down here, it lists the coordinating colors. So they are Basic Beige, Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Pretty Peacock, Timid Tiger, and Gold. Please do not let the coordinating colors mess you up. If you have something that is similar, go ahead and use that because I certainly am. I do not have Timid Tiger. I am substituting Peach Pie right now. I think Pale Papaya would go with that. And I even think Pumpkin Pie would do the job as well. Down here, this QR code would lead you to this set of 4 dies called Hugs of Bloom dies. These will coordinate with April, May, and June's Paper Pumpkin kit. So it's this flower and this one that coordinate with the stamps with this kit. I'm not really seeing it, but it does, I guess, because of the flower and the petals, but I haven't figured out how to use that yet. So give me time. The hugs you can use for anything, right? So the new set of dies are out. They're called Circle of Season dies. They will coordinate with July, August, and September's Paper Pumpkin kits. There are 9 in total. So there's this one that embosses onto this little leaf. This one, 1, 2, 3, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to show you what those actually look like. So there's this little detail for the acorn, the little detail for the strawberry, this one, the leaf, the little detail on the circle, and of course the hello, which I love. Just love it, love it, love it. Okay, so the stamps are distinctive imagery stamps. So you have this one, you have this branch here, thank you, let's celebrate you, this leaf, miss you, happy birthday, and to a wonderful friend. So I'm going to do my very best to use each and every one of these stamps at least once. I do count the miss you that I stamped. I showed you how you could use it. I didn't put it on the card yet, but I did show you that it could have been used. But I do make cards that I mail out. I make them for my personal use. And I do donate a lot of my cards that are extra that are left over. But I intend when I make cards, I make them for me to use them. So if they are not purposeful for me to use, I'm not going to make a whole bunch of happy birthday cards if I don't need a whole bunch of happy birthday cards. I do make a few. I put them in my happy birthday box. So when I need one, I have one, but I'm not making, 9 birthday cards every single month. I'll never use, that many cards. So with that being said, I'm bringing in a different stamp set this month. I certainly am, but we will use To a Wonderful Friend on this card. So I'm going to set that. Now, before I was like last month putting everything to the left. The left has a pile on it, so it's got to go to the right with the pile over there. And yes, that bothers my OCD tendencies really, really bad. I'm going to take a sip of water here. Believe it or not, that's kind of bothering my shoulder right now. All right, let's take a look at everything you've got in the kit. We're going to start with what's in the box so I don't forget. We have a spot of Pretty Peacock. Come on, we could have used a Timid Tiger spot, right? That would have been really beneficial, as I know I have 3 or 4 Pretty Peacocks. We have glue dots, we have dimensionals, and we have some bling. I have not used the bling yet, but we do have it. We have tear tape, always great, and I will save that baggie, and I will save this baggie as well. Let's take a look at the card bases. So blank canvas here, right? Total blank canvas. You can use that as a background for anything you want. This is a look at the envelope. They are all identical. This is the beautiful, beautiful florals. This set also coordinates with the Charming Day Suite, which, excuse me, hiccups, is an online suite. There you go. It is part of that buy one, get one 50% off, which goes through June 30th. And something about you can also buy pieces and parts of buy one, get one 50% off. So let's say you wanted some embellishments. You can buy one embellishment from a suite and get another embellishment from a suite at 50% off. So this is great. This is great. Envelopes are all the same. This is another, even though it has that pattern on it, it's basically a blank canvas. I have yet to use one of those. These are just extras. So those are our card bases. I'm going to set these back in here. One more to go, right? And then let's take a look at the ephemera. So I have a couple of pieces down here. This is the green leaf ephemera. This is the pretty peacock. And then this is what could be a cherry blossom. It could be some wisteria. It could be a pink lilac, which I have a white lilac. Not sure how that came about, as my lilacs are all purple, except for the new one that just bloomed. This is that timid tiger. There are 3 of the single flower. This also coordinates with that Charming Day Suite, which the DSP is called Floral Charm. You have 3 of these circles. Here's that Miss You. And then we have this lovely, lovely floral piece here that goes over on to the one card base, but not sure if I'm going to use that for that purpose. Here's this one. Now, over here is the piece that I cut away. So this is the lower half, and I used this half already. And our other 2 sentiment strips. So we have the rectangle and the diamond. I've used 1 diamond. So I'm going to set that on top of my box of goodies. And let me show you what we are going to be using. So today, the lovely stamp set, Sweet as a Peach, that the peach, Miss Phyllis, sent my Aunt Carol, Sweet as a Peach. I borrowed this from her and I'm using it today. It's going to go so peachy keen, right, with this set. So we're using it and the peach dies, and I'm going to now put the peach dies inside here. So we're going to be using this bundle, and we're going to be using the Gallery Bloom dies for the frames. So if you don't have the frames, you have options. I have that one frame from my daughter I got from Amazon I showed you. That would have been the perfect frame, but I was trying to use something new, right? So I'm gonna be showing you the frames from this one in a minute. So card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I have a white envelope. I have, for layer number 1, this is 1/2 of the card base. And this is 4 1/4 by 5.5. I'm going to be using it. So here comes that frame. Now I die cut this. I tried to die cut it all in one, even with my new machine, and it did not quite like having a piece of DSP and cardstock being cut. So I had to take off the DSP and run it again through the die cutting machine. But what you get, this is what the frame looks like, right? And you get actually 3 pieces out of this. So let me show you. So this is what it looks like. Maybe this will show it up better. So this is what it looks like. You are going to get the outer frame, right? Then you are going to get the inner frame. And then you're going to get this little rectangle. you can use all of them just like that on a piece. But I'm going to show you something that does bother me a little bit with this, is because this frame here, proportionately, it probably works great for European size cards, but for this size, American A2 size cards, proportionally, this does not work for me. But I'm thinking we can cut here on in these corners and reposition it. So I will show how that is done. I plan on doing that to reproportion this to fit on this card base. That being said, that's going to be a bit of a pain to use that every time. However, hey, we Americans are not the only people who make cards. I think it's an A6 size card that this frame probably will fit on perfectly. So I understand why they would make a card that could do both things, because the next size frame, this one, I mean, it's not perfect, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do because I die cut it twice. I'm going to use both dies. This one is just an extra bit. I might be able to use that somewhere else. So these two we are not using on this card, but I'm hopefully going to be able to use these on another paper pumpkin. So these are going to go into the box of goodies, as I call it, my supplies. So these two we're going to be using. This is going to go into the gallery bloom dies. I haven't got these mounted on anything yet. Those are just going to go behind me. This will go onto here. So let me show you the rest of my pieces. So that is just in case I need it. So from the peach dies and the whole bundle, I stamped this one and I die cut it out. I stamped Hope Your Day Is As, and there's the die to die cut it right here. I did that. I did an extra one to stamp to show you how I stamped it. I did an extra one. Then I looked up what color peach blossoms were because I thought they might be white. Peach blossoms are pink. They're not peach. Yeah, I should have known that. I thought they were a light pale pink. So I stamped off Pretty in Pink, though this really didn't show up well. So I think we're going to use Peach Pie for our peach blossoms, even though peach blossoms are not peach. Peach blossoms are pink. And then I found out that, do you see how there's a little notch in this? And I'm not being nitpicky on purpose, but that's actually a cherry blossom. Peach blossoms are pointed. Yeah, that came up in my search. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This was interesting. This is something Mr. Hank would point out. So peach blossoms are pointed like this, right? Cherry blossoms have that indent like that little notch out of them. So this is actually a cherry blossom. I think they missed the mark on that. I don't think they realize that. But peach blossoms don't have that notch out. That's a cherry blossom. I didn't know that. I wouldn't have known that had I not been looking up what color cherry blossoms came in. So, that being said, we're going to pretend, right? So, I have 3 peaches, and that is this stamp here, all 3 of those, because they sit in the peach tree branch, right? And then we have, we're going to see if the pink ones work, which I doubt if they are. The color is just not going to go. And then we have all these little dies, these little ones. I did some in white, I did some in peach pie, and these little ones I did in old olive, which is what I stamped here. So I have all of those little bits for this card. We're going to use the Great Big Peach for the inside. I have an idea. And we're going to use Sweet as a Peach for the inside of this card. So that being said, I think I have everything, and we're going to use this little blossom. Maybe that little leaf. I didn't pull that. Where is it? The itty bitty living space, right? Yes, I like my movies, guys. And I like... You know what? I'm going to tell you... I'm going to tattle on myself. I even like children's books. I do. There was a little book in the young... I wouldn't say young adults section, but it was in the children's department called Guardians of GU something something. It was about owls. They made a little movie out of it. My hubby and I went to go see it because I had to go see it because I read the books. Guys, I bought the entire series of books. Bought them all. There must have been 12, 13 of these little books. Took me less than an hour and a half to read the entire books. But there must have been 13, 14 of those books. I read them all. Yes, I did. Every time we would take the kids to go see a movie at the Galaxy Theaters, Gig Harbor, I go over to, it wasn't Barnes and Nobles. Oh, I'm going to forget the name of the bookstore. I would run over there and and pick me up the next book, because we go out once a month. Pick up that book, and I would eat that book up. It was such a cute little story on these little owls, and I just ate it up. Yeah, that's me. I'm a nerd sometimes. Anyways, here we go. So let's get this started. So we're going to glue this. We're going to glue it down, and then we're going to stamp on it. So if I mess up, y'all ain't going to see this. This will be one of those, again, that if you see this, it means it worked out. If you don't see this, you won't see this video, right? I always say that. But then you never know, because if it doesn't work out, it's not, it would be like I'd have to start again. All right. Sometimes I can fix it. Sometimes there's no fixing the mess up. So there we have our first card base fixed. Now, we do have to take a look-see. We are going to do a frame and then another frame like this. We're going to set it like this. That works. Interesting, right? So a frame, and then our peach is going to sit in here. What I want to do is do a little stamping in here and a little stamping in here with these little blossoms. And they haven't been used yet. So we're going to do the peach pie. We're going to do the little... What are we doing? Say it. Okay, good job. Yes. So I'm going to do some stamping here. Maybe we don't do the leaves. We just are going to do some little blossoms. And oh no. See, it could be. There we go. One there. Now I'm going to stamp halfway off because I want it to look a little bit like DSP. That looks great. And then we're going to move to this corner. I could add a little bit of greenery. So here, make sure you stamp off when you do things like this. Stamp off of the cardstock. All right. I like that. That just a vehicle going by is all it is. And that little blind dog just cannot help himself. Oh, he just cannot help himself. So let's try. And there. I'm not sure. I'm going to reserve this. I like that. Okay, we're going to lay it out for a minute because at first I was going to stamp on this frame, but it might be too distracting. I really like the little flowers in the corners. So let's just play by ear and have a little look-see. So we're building the center, right? So we have one peach, two peaches, and our third peach. These are going to go up on dimensionals, and our blossoms. Now this is the, I just can't use the pink. I just can't. These, maybe we'll do some kind of embellishment in the center of those. I have these gold. This is sticking out to me. I don't really like that now that I see that. Let's see what else I have staring out at me. I don't like that either. What do I have? That's not gonna work. All right. That's what's gonna go in there. Perfect. Okay. Let me close the door because they're being noisy. The boys are. Stay. Tia, go lay down. All right. So our blossoms, I don't even know if we need the blossoms to tell you the truth. I really like this. All right, let's glue the frames down. We know the frames are good. All right, frame number 1, going down. No dimensionals on this. Ah, Ken is heading out fishing. I'm surprised. Sorry, that's my neighbor. It's a little windy there. Because my hubby was like, I'm not fishing. The treetops are moving way too much. Oops. Need to come up a little bit and over some. Perfect. So we have a frame within a frame. Close this back up because now we're going to move on to dimensionals. Minis. This one, take that one. And then we'll put the minis. Now the blind dog one's back in the room. Blind dog can stay outside again. No. I'm not getting back up just for Zed. Okay. So I'm thinking, what if I did, we're going to move that up a little bit. I don't know if I need the blossoms, to tell you the truth here. We've lost there we go. Yes, my die, I did not do the best job die cutting these. Even though I did put tear tape, it just looks like they were off of where they should have been. All right. This one goes here. This one can go here. And I know there's one more around here. Right there. So we have our, oh, so cute. So cute. So here's Hope You're, oh, do I want it there? I think I want it down here. But that little strip, where did it go? I know I had a strip of cardstock around here. Come on. There we go. I thought I would back this a little bit on some, yes, it needs to be back just a little bit. And there's not another die to do that, so we'll just have to do that in a minute. So if we wanted the blossoms, oh, the blossoms bother me. See, my original idea was to put some blossoms up here, but there's the pink blossoms, and they just, like, they're so off. They're like, unless I did a combination, and then I got these little peach ones. I mean, what if I did a combination of them? Missing. Do this one here, that one there, and that one there. I could do that. And then I could do that in the center. I was going to do little halfback pearls in the center. Oh, or these. I think the halfback pearls would look better now that I'm thinking about it. This is just how I work, everybody. So this is this piece, and this is the Hope Your Day Is. And I'm going to stamp that for you. It's just easier to have it already done than run it through the die cutting machine. So let's move this. I'm going to stamp it, and then I'm going to place it right behind it. Ta-da! See? But what we're going to do with this one, and I know the corner got cut off. It slipped. We're just going to pretend this one's going on top. But what I'm going to do is just place this behind this one. It's going to use, just in a different way. And this is 1/4 of an inch. So this one is really going to be... Now that I look at the flowers, I do like them. I just don't like... What if I do one there and two? The pink isn't bad. The pink's not bad. Not my favorite thing, but it's not bad either. That I could deal with. That I can handle. Oh, there we go. That will work. That will work. Okay, so we can do pink blossoms. And then I have these little white. I have all these little flowers I did. For what purpose, I don't know. But I can put them on here. Oh my goodness, I can't get them onto where I want. So there. We'll just do peach pie on peach pie. I do like those. Makes it almost look like it's embossed. All right. Okay, let's start gluing things down. This one will get its backing in a minute, but these need to go down. Do I want these up on embellishments? I mean on dimensionals. I don't know, but we're gonna get this done first. I'm having a hard time placement wise until that's done. So I'm gonna move this aside and we're gonna figure out what this needs to be so I can get the measurement off of it, because up until now I had no idea that I was going to use it completely, and it's going to be not guillotine. It's going to need to be this, because that is 1/4 of an inch, this little piece. So all I want to do is run over to right about there, and I want a post-it note to hold it in place. This is just scrap out of my folder. That's going to hold it. And if I did it right, which I didn't, look at that. I cut it exactly to what it was. So I cut it to 1/4 of an inch. Silly me. That's okay. I have another piece. So that is not 1/4 of an inch. It is, this needs to go to, let's try the 1. That is too wide. No, that'll be it. That's perfect. So I'm going to glue it down, and then I'm just going to cut it with scissors. That I can do because I'm cutting at an angle. Sometimes life can be difficult. So I'm going to leave plenty of room on each side for me to cut at an angle. There we go. Now I still have that for something else, and we're going to bring back our card and start working everything in. This is going to go right there. Dimensionals, yes. It's just going to make it so much easier to go down. This one, yes, dimensional. Little bit of glue. I need the tweezers to do this. These are so tiny. little fibers. Cut that off. It's getting stuck on the dimensional in there. All right. All my little layers get to be glued down now. Then I have to do all the half back pearls need to go on. And we still have to stamp the inside. We are so not done. Give me time, guys. I know. There's a lot of work on this one. A lot of work. All right. That one is too big. Too big. We need a small one. And another small one. I love it. I just love it. So these are going to go up on dimensionals as well. They just are. So one there, one there, one there. I'm surprised the pink is working for me. I didn't think I would like the pink, but I'm happy with the pink. You never know until you try to put things together. You never know what's going to work and what will not work. But that pink, you never know. All right, so the front is basically done. I'm going to get the inside stamp before I do the final embellishments. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to just sweep all of this. No, not onto the floor. Some just went on the floor, so sometimes that does happen. We are going to stamp the inside, and I do know what I'm doing here on the inside. I do have an idea. So we have to do the smushy, smushy, smushy dance. That's what we call it. The smushy, smushy dance. If you didn't know, that's what we're doing. So the big peach needs a good smush. Right? And we need to do the leaf here. All right. And then this one, sweet as a peach too, because that's going on the inside as well. So what I thought we would do is stamp off this gorgeous big peach. Stamp off. We're doing it lightly. Now, if I think it's too light, which I do, I'm going to stamp off again. And I'm going to stamp again. It's easy because it's polymer. You can add ink, you just can't take it off. And I just got some there, so maybe I'll stamp a little something down there in peach pie. That's good. Let's do our garden green element. That's perfect. And then Sweet as a Peach, full strength. And then where is the long sentiment? To a Wonder. Oh my goodness, there is ink all over me. I'm not surprised. Oh, we can do thank you. We'll do the little thank you. Sorry, I had to get the ink off. Had to get the ink off. So, we're going to do a leaf down there. We're going to just stamp thank you full strength right there. And down here, what do I have? Oh, the 3 little flowers. Why not? We'll do that up here too. Now let me close this up before I go and make a disaster of it. Now on this one, we are going to do To a Wonderful Friend, right? And we are going to use just this little part of the leaves. There we go. That's all I want to do on there. All right, let's finish up with the half back pearls, but I want to close all these because I don't want anything else to go wrong with this. I just don't. All right. After this, I'm cleaning up this mess. I have a terrible, terrible mess. All right. Now for the fun part. Glue. Thank you. I know you guys were saying, it's right there, it's right there, it's right there. All right. So we're going to do these wonderful little half back pearls. Hopefully I can get them down before the glue starts to set. Let's see how fast I can do this. We want these super teeny tiny ones. As I'm saying fast, it's drying. Well, that one is not going to work because it went upside down in the dish. So, nope, not that one. Oh, there's one in that one. Nope. That one needs more glue. Aren't those super? I'm going to hold this up so you can see how cute these little tiny things are. Oops, there it is. Oh, there's one in this one, and then I need a little bit more glue in that one. Then we're going to do one there, there, and there. And we want a little bit bigger one Much nicer. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let's Wink Estella the peaches. Phyllis, thank you so much. Oh, look at that. See? Let me stand up so I can see the actual camera. Do you see all those little pearls? I know I have to hold it sideways. But that came out lovely. And this is the inside and our envelope. Just a little detail. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I cannot wait to play some more. First things first, clean up all this mess that I have going on. So thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you all again here in my Wonderland. Bye bye for now, everyone.